Hi everyone, welcome to the session. So we will be continuing with Microsoft Advanced Excel, and the first thing that we are going to cover in this session is the Vlookup function. Now just let me tell you what Vlookup does is, suppose that we have this entire data which I just highlighted and which has provider ID. Let's suppose that we are a manufacturing firm and we are purchasing some of the parts which are used in our finished product from some suppliers. So we have given every supplier a provider ID. Then the part which we are purchasing from the supplier, that is being given the name part code number. Then we have the name of the part, then we have the price of that particular part, and then we have its status, whether it is in stock or it is out of stock. So now as you can see that this is plenty of data, right? If you scroll down, you will find more data as well. So we have plenty of data, and if suppose you just want to know what is the part price of the part number C007, C018, C009 and C029. Suppose you just want to know the part price of these particular part numbers. Now there are two approaches which you can use. First approach is not recommended and it is also very time consuming. And that approach is, you see, first of all, the part number is C007. Then you go to the part number and you search for C007. Here you have C007. Then you scroll to the right hand side and you see the part price, which is $65.99. So you can then enter over here $65.99. But as you can see, this will take a lot of time, and we need to follow the same procedure that we have just followed now with the part number C007 for the part number C018, C009 and C029. So it will take a lot of time, take a lot of effort. So to minimize the effort and time, we can use the Vlookup function. So you just simply put a is equal to and then type Vlookup, and then you click on Vlookup. Now it is asking you for some information. So this information needs to be provided, and then Vlookup will do the job for you. So first of all, what we are looking up for, it is the Vlookup value, right? Vlookup value means what is the value we are looking to find. So we are looking to find C007. Then it is asking for table array. It means where will this data can be found. So we select this data starting from part code number to part price, and then we scroll down so that we can select the entire data. It's done. Now we have selected the entire data. Now one of the important thing you have to keep in mind while applying the Vlookup function is that when you are selecting the table array, the first set of values on the left hand side of the table array should be that particular value which you are looking for, which you have entered in lookup value, right? So in lookup value, what we have entered? We have entered the part number. So in table array, we will start with part number. So that part number in the data that we have selected, part number should be the first column from the left hand side. Only then table array will work. Now what we need to do is we need to put up dollar signs before C and after C in the same manner, before E and after E. So now we have entered the lookup value, we have entered the table array. When we hit comma, now it will ask for column index number. Column index number is the serial number of the column of the selected data that you are looking to find the value for. What we are looking to find? We are looking to find part price, right? Now we have selected from the data from part code number to part price. Now what is the column number of part price in the selected data? First column is part code number, second column is part name, and third column is part price. So we are looking for part price, right? So we will enter 3, which is the column number of part price in the selected data. Next, it will ask for whether you're looking for an approximate match or exact match. So we can select over here exact match, close the bracket and hit enter. See, it has found out by using Vlookup function. Excel has found out that the part price of the part number C007 is $65.99. As you can see over here, C007, and what is the part price? $65.99. That means we have entered the right formula. Now we need to repeat the same process for the other part number for which we require the part price. Simply drag it down and it has found out the part price of the part number. So this is how you use VLOOKUP. Now let's look at another example of VLOOKUP, since it being a very important advanced Excel feature. So it's important that we look at various aspects of it. The first thing is it is asking you for the, see over here what data we have. We have part name and we have part price. Now the important thing to note here is that although the question is on this particular sheet, we look up sheet 2 example 2. Here you are being asked the question that what is the part price for the part name water pump, right? Or what is the status of the part name oil pan? So this is a spreadsheet in which you are being asked the question, but the data belongs to another Excel sheet, right? Over here we have the status and over here we have the part price. So it is not in the same Excel sheet, right? But still VLOOKUP can work with multiple sheets at a single time. Let's see how it is done. We want the part price. So we first of all type VLOOKUP. Now it is asking for lookup value. We know what we are trying to find. We are trying to find water pump. Now table array. Table array is not in this sheet, so we will select the first sheet, right? And since we are being asked the part, we have been given the part name, so we will select the data from part name to part price. This is the data that we need to solve the question that we have. So now we have selected the entire data. Now you go back to the sheet in which the question was asked. Now what you have to do is always remember to put a dollar sign before D and after D, in the same manner before E and after E. If you don't do this, you will not get all the data. That's why it's very important to remember that in table array, you have to enter dollar before and after the alphabet. Okay, okay, let me just again do it. It is asking you, let's start from the very beginning. We type Vlookup. We have now selected Vlookup. It is asking for the lookup value. We have selected the lookup value. It is asking us for the table array. We go to the first sheet and then we select all the part names and all the part price. Then the column index number would be 2 because we have just selected the part name and the part price, and part price in the selected data is on the second column. And then we must not forget to enter the dollar sign. Okay, we are making a mistake over here. We are not supposed to enter the dollar sign here. We are supposed to enter the dollar sign in the table array. So I'm now entering the dollar sign in the table array before E and after E. Now we have the column index number as 2. Now it is asking for range lookup. Range lookup can be, let's go for exact match, which is false, and then we close the bracket, hit enter. As you can see, it has found out, VLOOKUP has found out the part price of water pump, which is in another Excel sheet. Right, part price is not available in this Excel sheet. It is available in the other Excel sheet. So in the same way, if we want to find out what is the part price of alternator or air filter, we simply have to double click, or you can drag. We have two options, and see it has found out all the part price on the basis of the part name. In the same way, let's suppose you have been given the part name and you have to find out the status. Remember, in the first Excel sheet, we had status, right? So this is what we are looking to find out. So how we will go about it? Same method is equal to Vlookup. What is the lookup value? We are looking for oil pan. Where is the table array? Table array will start from here, and since we want status, we will select the data until status, and we will select the entire data. Then it is asking for the column index number. So column index number, if you look, what is the data we have selected in the table array? We have selected 3 columns, right? First column was part name, second column was part price, third column was status. We are looking for status, right? So status is in the third column, and then it is asking you for approximate match or exact match. We go for exact match. We close the bracket and hit enter. See, now we have the status as well of oil pan. In the same way, we can find out the status of other part names as well. So this is how we use VLOOKUP. There are some other applications of VLOOKUP as well that now I'm going to discuss with you. Let's have a look at the data first of all, which we have. We have a employee ID. Let's suppose that we have given a particular number to every employee to identify the employee, which is known as employee ID. Then we have the last name of that particular employee and the first name of that employee. Next, we have employee ID and their pay. Now, let's suppose we want to find out what is the last name. What is the last name of the person whose employee ID is 990678. So we can use the VLOOKUP function over here. You select is equal to, type VLOOKUP. Now what is our lookup value? We are trying to find out the employee ID. We are trying to find out the last name of the employee by using employee ID. So lookup value will be our employee ID. Then table array. First column should be employee ID and last column should be the last name. So we just select 2 columns over here, employee ID and last name. And it is important that in table array you hit the $sign and enter it in dollars so that the cell's reference is correct. Next, we have to enter the column index number. We have just selected 2 columns, first column being the employee ID, second column with the last name. We are looking for last name over here, which is in the second column. So we will simply type in 2. It will ask for exact match or approximate match. Let's choose exact match, bracket close and hit enter. Sinha. So the employee ID 990678, the last name of that employee is Sinha. Same way we can find out about other employees as well. Now there is still one more thing to find out, which is the city. City of the employee ID 990678. Now how we are going to find that? Let's have the database. Here we have the database, we have the employee ID and whether where this employee lives, right? So, or we can say where the employee belongs to. So we have the employee ID and we have the city. Now we have to find out by using the employee ID what is the city of the employee. So this can be done by Vlookup. We select Vlookup. What is the lookup value? Lookup value is, we have to see what is the data we have been given. We have been given employee ID. So we are looking for employee ID in the table. Now I will select the table. Here it is, the data from which we need to fetch the relevant data. We have selected this, put a comma, and as usual hit dollar sign before A and after A, and before B and after B. Now it is asking for column index number. Column index number will be 2 because in the data which we have selected, the city is on the second number. It is on the second column. So we hit enter 2. Then we have the range lookup. Let's go for exact match. And then we close the bracket and then we hit enter. So as you can see, the employee with the employee ID 990678 belongs to Mumbai. We can just make it for all the employees. So this is some of the examples of using the VLOOKUP function